Just kidding. Welcome back. And today we're doing Universal Summer Part 3. We're finishing our trilogy for this summer because it is August. It is spooky weather, which only means that the summer offerings are about to end and the Halloween ones are about to start. So we've been holding off coming back since we saw the last HHN announcement because we were waiting for the construction of the scare zones, and they have started. So today we're going to take you and show you what it looks like going to Universal Studios Orlando in August, September, and October. It's a little different than the rest of the year. A lot more spooky, a lot more obstacle courses, but so much more fun. You get to see so many hidden facts, hidden features, and every day there's a little bit more added. So it's about to storm, which means it's the perfect spooky weather for Halloween Horror Nights. So let's get started and head into Universal Studios Florida. Woo! Okay, so we just went through the turnstiles. No, we didn't. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It 100% monsoon as soon as we went through the turnstiles, so we went to Finnegan's first. I'm not gonna hide my drink from you, but we came back to the turnstiles because there is a truss right up here. So that is here for opening moment, but I feel like this one's a lot closer than it has been in the past. We do have our normal trusses back there. However, I'm curious what they're gonna hang up here. Now, the big change for this year, which I know is not super big, but it's huge. For the last few years, when they've had the Halloween Horror Nights neon signs on the trusses in the middle, right before Illuminations Courtyard, it was red. It was always red. This year, they are changing the color, and I am so excited to see that. The red kind of became a staple, but just had the medallion changes. I'm excited to see the lights change. And I'm just so excited because it really seems like they're pouring so much budget into this event. So if the lights are the smaller change to come for this year, wow, we're in for a big fun season. Let's go check out the rest of the scare zones and some of the merchandise. Cheers! Before I leave, I forgot to mention one really fun fact. Stay and Scream is changing this year. That's right, what you have come to know and absolutely despise, which was those corrals of waiting with hundreds and thousands of people who might not actually know what deodorant is. Stay and Scream is changing. That's right. No longer at 3 p.m. do you have to stand in the blazing Florida sun waiting for Halloween Horror Nights to open. Now, if you have a valid ticket, whether it is a frequent fear pass or a single day ticket, you can get wristbands at select locations listed here on the screen. And you can get a wristband and hang out in the park, get food, ride rides, see shows, meet characters, all the way until about 4:30 until the first lines open. Now, I know this is a massive change for Orlando. However, we have done Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood a few times, and they do this very successfully over there. We often use our team member tickets to go in through the day, but we don't pay for that like in between time. So we just get wristbands that were good for Halloween Horror Nights for at night. We can roam around, but we just can't get into the lines right at the lower lot when they open early until the event officially starts. I'm very curious how it's going to be done here in Orlando because it is the first year they're doing it, and maybe they'll have that tier system. But keep that in mind, there is no more stay and scream. You don't have to be corralled. You can go roam around and be first in line for those houses you really want. You just got to know exactly which house is open early so you don't wait in the wrong area. But now you know, keep that in mind. Also, talking about Halloween Horror Nights, if you're interested about what's going on in Halloween Horror Nights, I recommend checking out our YouTube channel on opening day because the day before we are hitting up the premium event. We are checking everything out with low crowds, low waits to give you the best analysis of what to expect in these houses. Granted, the waits won't be the same when you come for that opening weekend or when you do come, but we'll be able to let you know how we feel about the houses, the scare zones, but most importantly, the food and the drinks and the entertainment. the shows, the roaming characters. So you will not want to miss that. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to La Vida Sofia so you are the first to know what is at Halloween Horror Nights 2025. Let's go check out the rest of the scare zones. So here you see our normal trusses that we always see at the entrance of Halloween Horror Nights. This is where the iconic Halloween Horror Nights red neon sign would read. This year it will be a different color. I hear it's a certain type of blue. But that means our opening moment will be over here again. And our scare zone has extended all the way into Illumination Avenue. Whoa! We extended past the entrance into Old Avenue of the Stars, which is now Illumination Avenue. This is the furthest the entrance scare zone has gotten in the past few years without an icon. I can't imagine anything better than this. Oh, you're showing how it already extended past that and beat our new record. So we're here in Illumination Avenue, which for the first time in quite a few years, ever since they opened BillingCon, we have a scare zone again back here. This used to be known as Avenue of the Stars, but now it's more Illumination Avenue. And there's been speculation about this scare zone, but what people have been speculating is those little frames over there. Now this one I can see being from FNAF. That looks like Freddy. And you know what? I don't even know if Freddy's his real name because I'm gonna be so honest, scary movies scare me. So I haven't seen it, so I'm basing all my knowledge off of what Matt tells me, and he is telling me that Freddy is correct. But him I see. The other ones where they're like, this represents the icons, this represents the icons. Like, come on, let's go over here to BillingCon side. Anyway, this right over here, I've heard is Fallout because of the 3 vaults. Again, haven't seen Fallout. I see this one. Now, as we get to the other 2 for Jason and Terrifier, I'm gonna be so for real. I don't see it. Now, I don't ever wear my glasses, so I might just be blind to what other people are seeing. So if you can explain to me a little bit more about what you guys are seeing, please, I wanna be informed. I am terrified of horror movies, so I'm not gonna watch them. I'm gonna be so honest with you. So please inform me in the comments, what am I missing? Because this, I can excuse as vaults, but come on! Is this supposed to be Wyatt Wicks or Terrifier? Oh. It looks like a tree, a very pretty tree, but I don't know what I'm missing. Now, I don't know if these stands are gonna be coming out or not. I don't know exactly what the scare zone is going to look like. Maybe it's gonna be representation of this intellectual properties, which here in Orlando, we have 5, but Hollywood has 6. They added Poltergeist as well. Plus, their tram tour is Blumhouse. So they have a lot more IPs than we do this year, which is totally rare. Usually we have a little bit more IP than they do. So I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to represent. I don't know what the scare zone is supposed to look like. I'm really excited to see it. But if you guys can let me know what this symbol is supposed to represent, or come on! The heck is that? I don't know. I don't get it. Again, is it Jason? I don't know. Is it the Terrifier? I don't know. Is it the WWE house? I don't know. But if you guys can let me know, I want to be informed. I do love Halloween Horror Nights. I can't explain it. I hate horror movies, but I love Halloween Horror Nights. So please let me know. But now, coming up next, we're gonna check out some of the food booths that have debuted. They don't have menus yet. That is my favorite drop of all the year, is the menus. But we can at least look at the theming and see what they look like, and then head into New York, which their scare zone looks pretty toxic. So here we have our first booth. It is right across the Illuminations Minions Cafe. It looks like it ties into the initial scare zone at the front with the stained glass windows. I'm so excited to see what food items they have here and what they really incorporate. I just love this theming so far. It looks like a medieval castle. Could use some gargoyles, but it is stunning nonetheless. And I cannot wait. If the booths look this good, the food must taste even better. Personally, I hate clowns. I have a feeling that Terrifier is going to be my worst nightmare. And not only are we gonna have to go through that once, we're gonna have to go through it twice because there are two options. There's a dry option and a wet option. And because I don't watch horror movies, I don't understand why. Matt just said blood. Is it because of blood? Is it because of gore? I'm gonna have to drink that night. Anyway. Here is our next food booth. We did just see one before, but this is definitely Terrifier themed. It's kind of giving Jack the Clown, but not. It is absolutely terrifying, but if you follow me right this way, there's a clown cafe. You're telling me that there's two clown booths right away. Now, the last time there were clown stands, we had some crazy hot dog and burger configurations, but also some really delicious desserts. And I'm here for the desserts. Also, Universal Parks and Entertainment, if you are hearing this right now, I personally really love the Twisted Taters with the salt and vinegar toppings that is no longer offered. So if we could put that back on the menu, great. Like the salt or like the garlic parm is just not hitting the spot, and I want my salt and vinegar. Anyway, we go on. Oh, are we having a falling out? It might be because we're in front of the Fallout booth. How do I know it's a Fallout booth? Because that is what the internet is telling me, and everything on the internet is true. So this is Vault 33 over here from Fallout. Again, we don't have any menus yet, but I'm so excited. Also, what I really like about the theming of this year's Horror Nights is that it's so Vine. Not the app that got destroyed, but there is Vine everywhere. Vines over here, vines over there, vines everywhere. And that is just the theme of this year's Horror Nights. So I love that they're incorporating it even in the IP of Fallout. But now that we're talking about the intellectual properties having their own booths, we just saw Terrifier and we just saw Fallout. I'm pretty sure I'm hearing some wrestling noise. Why? Because apparently, again, this is all speculation because I'm reading this on the internet and I'm praying that you guys are not lying to me, is the Wyatt booth for WWE. It is the Firefly Funhouse! When I originally saw the clouds on here, I thought it might have been for the dollhouse, but WWE apparently makes sense. Now, apparently there is a documentary on Wyatt Six, who unfortunately passed away before seeing this house. I know he was a huge Halloween Horror Nights fan and hoped that there was a WWE house so that he could come walk through it. I heard there is a documentary. I want to watch it to pay my respects and to kind of understand the mindset. I don't know anything about WWE, but I have a lot of friends who are so excited for this house. And you know what? I trust their instinct. And if they say this is a good theme, it's a good theme. But right now, let's take a break from the food booths with no menus. And let's go to New York, where I heard BuzzCon had a toxic spill. Oops. Apparently, someone at BuzzCon crashed their car, and no, it was not me. Don't let anyone fool you. I'm a great driver. But here we are in New York with their scare zone. It is the Toxic Spill Scare Zone. The actual name is here on the screen. And over here, we'll notice that it says Buzz. BuzzCon. And that is actually a really good hint to an old house. It was from a few years back, maybe a year or two ago, for the Bug House. Now I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. Honesty time. I didn't see that house at all. My eyes were covered the entire time. If there's one thing I hate more than horror movies, it is bugs. I can do the blood, the gore, the cutting, the killing. I can't do a bug. I don't care if it's an ant. I don't care if it's a helpless little bug. The only bugs I can do is from A Bug's Life, and that is not here, okay? But BuzzCon is the company from that bug house. And they're having a toxic spill here in New York. And it looks like we're dated back quite a few decades, which I love, especially in this zone, because New York is always that like time travel zone, whether it's past, future. Now, a really fun fact about yours truly and your cinematographer back there, we actually met working here in New York in 2021 in the Seek and Destroy Scare Zone. Please don't ask us what that was about because I still don't know. Anyway, we're gonna walk you guys through some props and I might have some colorful commentary about it in the background. Let's get started. Oh, so if you see right over here, this is exactly why Matt doesn't come home with flowers for me every single day, because apparently the florist has sold out over here in the New York Scare Zone. This is the only logical reason why I don't get roses every day. I wish it was a little different. It does look like though there is some different life form growing over here on the side. Can't tell you what it is though. And it looks like there might be an entrance for a scare over here, but again, don't know yet. Oh, hi Wee Woo. I promise I wasn't driving. It was all him. Oh, you want license and registration? Again, it was not me. I promise. Okay, I know what it looks like. I promise I didn't crash into this truck. And I promise I didn't take out the internet connection. It was not me, I swear. Okay, so over here, it looks like there's going to be a show moment. I'm so excited about this. I will say that Matt said that this is one of his favorite set pieces that he's seen in a very long time. He has been going to the event long before I even knew him, well before he was even able to work at Universal. So the fact that he is saying that really shows that this is going to be quite a scare zone. I do see a little flag all the way at the top beam. Right over here, there's a flag. So it looks like it's going to be a performer mark for something. And there is some marking on the stage over here. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I do have friends working the event, but I have asked them to keep everything private. I don't want to know. I'm sure everything has to be private anyway for them, but I will have everything be a surprise, just like when I show you on Friday after the premiere event on opening night. So this over here does look like there is going to be a show moment. I did look at the backside and there is an entrance for 2 different scare actors, but there does look to be like a projection screen right over here. So I'm very curious as to how they're going to incorporate it. But there is another prop across the way. Come on. Right over here. It does look like there's going to be a scare here at the news stand. What I do love is that all of these do have article names, but if you really look at the blurred blurred text over here, it does look like to be impertinent information. So it does not look like just gibberish that they typed because they knew it was going to be blurred. Which I love the creativity and the specifics that HHN does. And there's just so much information here. And is BuzzCon responsible? Is it in charge of what's going on here? I'm so curious as to what the costumes, what the performers are gonna look like, what the scares are gonna look like. So again, another show moment does look like they live here. Now, Something else I'm curious about is what's down this alleyway this year. As of right now, nothing has been built or posted yet. But that does leave time. We got about 3-ish weeks. And they've been building up these food tents and other props like it's candy. Who knows what else will be installed before our next night here. All right, so we're here in San Francisco and we are here for the new DJ zone. I'm not entirely sure what the scare zone name is off the top of my head, so we're just gonna lift it here right on the screen. This is the first time that Universal Orlando has had a scare zone like this before, besides Rob Zombie a few years ago, but it doesn't look like they have any stands for go-go dancers. So I'm very curious. It looks like right up here, there will be a DJ, weather pending. But I'm so excited. It's right behind Fast and Furious, where they already have blinding lights. And I'm very excited to see what this zone comes to life in, who they have playing music, what kind of music they're playing. And honestly, I'm just excited for something new because this zone has always been so congested. It was always congested, whether it was a scare zone. Last year, it was, well, the last 2 years was a photo op zone. So I'm excited to see what they turn it into this year. And I have a few friends working the zone, so can't wait to be paying. Wow. I cannot wait to pay them a visit, okay? Next up, we're going over into Diagon Alley, and this is a zone that is so near and dear to my heart. So I was a Death Eater, and yes, I am using the word was. I decided to not re-audition this year and decided to just graduate from that time of my life. It was a highlight for my 3 years. I was over in Hogsmeade for their last year and then came over to Diagon. I was over in London when we still had our London sets at 4 o'clock and 4:20. And those were magical, quite literally magical, holding a wand, being able to duel. And I'm so excited for the new class of Death Eaters to come in this year. I cannot wait to see them. I decided to take Halloween off. I actually had not had a Halloween off since 2019, and I'm so excited to enjoy everything as a guest. But our next journey is over to Diagon to go look at all their props that they have assembled and to just reminisce on our old show moments. And it's getting real because they are going to rehearsal soon. I'm gonna miss it. But I'm forever grateful for the friends I made along the way and for the friends I made outside of Death Eaters too. So let's go over to Diagon and reminisce together, shall we? So I'm gonna be so honest with everyone. It hasn't hit me until right now that I'm not doing Death Eaters. This was our epic Nocturne Alley fight. It's one of our show moments. I will not inform anyone of what time those are at to respect the actors doing it this year. But if you can get a glimpse of it, it is so cool to see the Death Eaters fight each other. This is one of their set pieces and it keeps evolving every year. I'm so excited to see how they use it this year. I'm so excited to see the direction they take. But let's keep going. Really fun fact, this is one of the places that we could roam endlessly. And Borgeth and Burke's is the only store we could go in. And I had some of my favorite encounters with team members in this store. I actually bought this shirt in New York at the Harry Potter exhibit. Now, I'm gonna fully disclose, I do not condone any of the statements that J.K. Rowling has made. I do not condone it. And I completely understand if Harry Potter is something that people cannot support. I fully understand that and grasp that. But for those who separate the author from the work, I'm here for you. And I'm so sorry that she is just having the opinions that she's having. But if these are stories that touch your heart, just know you're not alone. There are people who do not agree with her. And this is the world that they felt safe in, that they felt accepted. So just know if you feel like a Death Eater, Like you feel like a muggle, like you feel like a wizard over in Hogwarts. Universal has a place for you to feel safe. And that is my PSA for this video. Anyway, let's keep it lighthearted and let's go outside of Nocturne Alley and back into Diagon. I do fear I will be coming to HHN with the Dark Park a lot. But this over here, while it's not a show moment, it is a fog machine and a light effect. But come this way. If you feel like you can duel a Death Eater, this is the place for you. Now, fun fact about this stage. It is brought over from our Hogsmeade days. This is where our opening moment was. If you're chosen by the Death Eaters, you might be able to duel them. So have your wand at the ready, and you never know what might happen. Now, I will say, I want to put a full disclaimer. Be enthusiastic. Bring your wand. Be excited. But if you don't get picked, that's okay. Because you might be able to have a moment with the Death Eater afterwards with your wand. And it's very hard for something that I loved for 3 years to be over. But to my new class of Death Eaters, you got this. And have the most fun. And after all, Abracadabra. Okay, so we are now over across from Fear Factor in this little area. Now, it is surrounded by construction walls. The bathroom for Harry Potter is under construction. The bridge is under construction. But there is still a booth here. It does not give a discernible theme, I'll be so honest. There are vines, it looks like a barn. I'm not entirely sure. But right across the way will be Nightmare Fuel. And I'm so excited to see what they have this year. I'll be so transparent with you guys. I did not go last year because I heard there was a sonic boom blast at the end. And unfortunately, I just cannot handle something like that. It was a whole thing last year. But hopefully this year, I'm gonna find out during team member preview if I can handle it, and then I'll go during the premium night. Well prepared. If I need to bring headphones, I will. But I'm so excited. It's another circus theme, which I don't do well with clowns. Hollywood, I'm looking at you. I don't like chainsaws or clowns, and Hollywood decided to combine both of them. Anyway, can't wait for Nightmare Fuel, but let's go see what the rest of the park has, and if there's any more booths, or let's go straight to Central Park. Okay, so here we are in the Central Park Scare Zone. This Scare Zone is massive this year because the fact that it got this far out of Central Park. Central Park is known for its smaller scare zones. It is so compact, so tight, but this is really close to Animal Actor. And over here is DreamWorks. But what is something so unique with Central Park, already expanding out here, is this area right here. So right now it is closed off and it is so detail oriented. And when we come back for the premium event, we'll be back here earlier to get some B-roll. And we'll show you all the details that we cannot see, but also they're probably highlighted once the event is going on. Oh, come on. It looks like right here will be a little scares, like a scare walkthrough outside in Central Park. That is so crazy. I'm so excited to see this alive with scare actors, with lights and effects. But something we noticed along the way is in this scare zone, there is a story. Now, we've seen pages like this before in Revenge of the Tooth Fairy, but there are 3 different story pages. And you can either get 1, 2, and 3 this way, or if you go the other direction, 1, 2, and 3. No matter what, you'll get the story in the right order. Now today, we will not be doing the story at all, because we want to leave that as a surprise for our premium night event day. Also, this music amping up for their nighttime show is so crazy. There are pumpkins in the trees. There are so many hidden anecdotes And something about this cat lady scare zone is that this woman, this elderly woman, is seeing these trick-or-treaters and turning them into feline cats. So what I'm curious about is whether or not we're gonna have half cats, full cats, just kids, who knows? And I think at her house, we might even have the cat lady. I'm so excited to see what this scare zone turns into. And what I love about these zones coming up is that they won't turn on any of their lights until the event. So we won't know what kind of lights they pick. There are these fences right here, these gates. And it is so spooky, so spectacular. And I cannot wait to see what it unfolds to. But also, if you hear that music ramping up, might I add, this is summer, part 3. We might be able to catch some of their nighttime show. Come on. So I know what you're thinking. This looks stunning. The water effects, the projections on the building, so beautiful for a nighttime spectacular. And yes, this is a way you can end your summer night here. But what if I told you there is an upside to the summer ending? That's right. This year at Halloween Horror Nights, they're bringing back the water projection show. The last time I was here, it was quite a few years ago, and the water jets got ruined by an impending hurricane. It stormed so bad that we lost the projection show halfway through the season. They're bringing it back this year, and I'm so excited because look how beautiful everything looks behind me. Stunning, gorgeous. And I'm so excited to see what they bring for Halloween because I actually missed it the last time it was here because I was working. Now I have no excuse but to see the new water projection show and I cannot wait! But here is a glimpse of what you'll see for the rest of the summer for Universal Studios Orlando Summer Experience. Hey y'all, we're here in Hollywood, our final scare zone for today. Now I will say, we are missing one scare zone, and that is the Mouse Die-In scare zone. Who knows what they'll bring out. Now I will say, per the audition site, they were looking for skaters, and I wouldn't be surprised if they looked for some skaters for Mouse Die-In Diner. But right now we're here in Hollywood, and it's kind of giving Phantom of the Opera-esque. Hey, how you doing? Just tell me your outfit. Do you know Quasimodo? Sorry. Just making small talk too, you know? But I do see a champagne tower. I keep telling Matt we should have had that at our wedding, but you come to me at the time for this lug. That was my best Godfather impersonation. But I love this. I also love the feline theme because, listen, I'm not a cat person, but the fact that we go from feline to feline says a lot. I wonder if that plays a part. But to the last stage. It's over here. And I will say something that's super important is every single stage has something covered. So I want to know what's underneath. But even their coverings are so themed. They're so filthy. They're so bloody and kind of intriguing. I'm so excited to know what's going on underneath these sheets. It looks like there's moments in every single one of these platforms. Cannot wait to find out what actually happens here in this scare zone because Hollywood tends to be the most lively. But final stop for tonight is the Five and Dine. Let's look at all their merchandise. Let's go! Ah! That's not the right IP. But we're here at the Five and Dine where we have Five Nights at Freddy, and if you look on this side, it says, let me in, because it's the WWE house. But they have some merchandise over here. Now, if you see over here, this frame is fully complete. Now, I have questions for Hollywood, and maybe you might be able to answer in the comments. What are you guys doing, because you have so many more IPs than us? Does it look like ours? Or do you guys have something different? I do love that we have some similarities in the merchandise. I did not see this long sleeve version over in Islands of Adventure. Oh, that makes me think. I didn't even tell you. If you guys are here on vacation or even just perusing Halloween Horror Nights stuff, check out Islands of Adventure. They have a store all the way at the back of Lost Continent, and they have some exclusive Halloween Horror Nights merchandise. But what's even better is they have some Halloween merchandise that isn't actually themed to Universal's HHN. It is just spooky, witchcrafty. They have some candle holders, some salt shakers, even some incense burners. So check it out if that is something you're interested in. They also have stuff for Universal Monsters. But here at Universal Studios at Five & Dime, you can find the newest releases for HHN this year. But let's get back to the front. Now, it is the end of Universal Summer. Unfortunately, the Alpha and Glinda meet and greet has come and gone. We actually got to meet them, but we decided to keep it private. We wanted to have that intimate moment. I know Hollywood went big, Universal Orlando went big, but we wanted to keep ours private. We loved having this moment here, and hopefully for good, they will be back. Because you know what? They were here for the opening weekend of the original part 1, and maybe for good, they'll be back. That's all I got to say about the Wicked experience this summer. Okay, so thank you guys so much for visiting with us here at Universal Orlando Resort. That is the end of our summer trilogy experience here. I could not be more thankful for you guys coming along this journey. I can't wait to take you on the Halloween journey, the Christmas journey, and whatever journey comes on next here at Universal Orlando Resort. But until then, see you at the premiere event here at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights 2025.